Hey everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It is exciting to be back here again and to talk to you about opportunities outside that you can also explore. In this particular video, we are going to be talking about the B1B2 visa for the US, which is visitor's visa, business visa, conferencing visa, all of the details. We're going to talk about that. And I have my colleague here, Alfred, as usual, and Alfred is going to talk to us through that. So Alfred, welcome back to the channel.
Yes, thank you, Paul, and I'm happy to be here. So let's talk about B1B2 visas. What is it?
Usually, what is the visa?
Yeah, what is the visa? When you are thinking about B1B2 visa, first of all, you should think about what we call the non-immigrant visa. What it means is that this visa gives you only a few days or months to stay in the United States at a time for a purpose, right? The visa does not allow you to work, and it comes with a lot of restrictions, which is not the focus of this video. Now, B1B2 visas are visas for people who are coming for tourism.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Like, walk us through the various scenarios. What sorts of purposes, of which I would need a B1B2 visa. List all the things for us.
Yes. So first of all, people have so many reasons for coming or wanting to travel. For non-immigrant visas, and particularly for B1B2 visas, we are looking for tourism, right? You want to come to the US to tour because you have a vacation, so you are coming for tourism purposes. You want to visit places: Orlando, Florida, Rochester, New York City, Times Square, and all that. So tourism is one. Then we have people who are coming for medical.
Medicals.
Yes. Medical examination. There is a reason and a need for you to be examined by a specific doctor or to visit some facility in the US for medical purposes. Or you are coming to visit family and friends. You are coming to visit your spouse. You are coming to visit your girlfriend, your friend, your auntie, your parents, your children. You are coming for graduation. You are coming for a funeral, right? You have a conference, be it church conference, whatever conference it could be. Or you have a business meeting that you have a business that you have to come and
like exhibition.
Yes.
Like what do you call it? Like
you are coming to close some deal.
Close a business deal. Come for a business training, brief training, and all of those other options. Okay, great. So all of those things are very helpful. So if you're in that category, the kind of visa that you need to be in the US temporarily is a B1B2 visa. Okay. Now, walk us through, now that we know what it is and, the sorts of people that qualify for it, walk us through, what sorts of documents you would need to be able to apply for this visa.
Yeah. So before I go to the document, it is important to know that before you for you to get a B1B2 visa, you must go for interview, and the consular will ask you questions, and based on your responses, if you qualify, the visa will be given to you.
That's right. So the interview process itself.
Okay. But before you go for the interview, you must fill a form online, which is a DS-160 form that will capture your personal data and information that you need, all about you, where you are going, who you are visiting, who you are, your education background, the kind of job you do. We have a video on that.
We have a great video
that will help you to do that. Then after you create a profile with the embassy, then you schedule and book an appointment. We also have a video on those who are starting the visa process for the first time. We have given practical steps on how to go about this, right? So when this is done and you have booked for interview, right? For B1B2 visas, assuming you have a date, before you go for the interview, you must understand three key things.
Okay.
Right?
Three key things.
Key things. What we call the three P's.
That's right. The three P's.
Yes. The three P's. That's one, the purpose of traveling. Right? Then the proof of funds, and the proof that you return after school.
That's right.
Sorry, after your trip.
It's not school. Yeah.
It's not school. So the purpose of traveling, the proof of fund, and the proof of ties.
Yes.
So what it means is that you must establish clearly that you need to travel, whether for business, whether for tourism, whether for conference, whether to visit family and friends. We will come to that specifically. But for the purpose of travel, as I said, you have to establish to the consular that you need to travel. there's a need, there's a good reason to travel. That is why sometimes I tell people that people will contact me. It's like my friend, I have a friend in the US, he has given me an invitation, so I want to visit. And I asked the person, what are you coming to do? What are you coming to visit? Oh, he said I should come to visit. That is not the purpose.
That's not
right?
enough.
That is not enough. Yeah. The purpose should be enough, something that is convincing, because the process is a little bit expensive. Whoever is paying, there's still money being committed. So you have to clearly establish the purpose. Maybe you are coming for a business trip, you are coming for a conference. Your organization, your church, your whatever have nominated you to represent them in a conference. Return back with whatever you get for training purposes in your organization. Your son is celebrating his or her graduation. Your son is being graduate, is going through graduation, and you have no family in the US, so nobody is attending on behalf of your son, and you want to be there for your son.
Yeah,
you have
your fiance or
yes,
your girlfriend or your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Is celebrating a birthday. You remember there
yeah.
was a lady that was going to celebrate her 23rd birthday, and her father invited her to come to the US so that they can do it together. That's like a very reasonable reason.
Yes, you have a reason, right, of coming. There is a vacation. You are working. You are a lecturer. You are a professor. You are a teacher. You are a nurse. You have a vacation, and you want to use your 2 weeks vacation to visit places like Orlando and Disney and all that to tour around. That is a reason enough, right? So when you establish the clear purpose, now the next thing is to establish that you have money.
Yeah.
The process is not easy. After getting your visa, you have to pay plane tickets. Yeah. You have to come, sleep, a place of accommodation, a place of abode. You have to eat. Sometimes you have to have an insurance, traveling insurance. All these are expensive. So you prove to the consular that you have enough money to pay, right? And there are some people like, oh, somebody is sponsoring me, somebody is paying. Yes, somebody can sponsor you, somebody can pay. However, you must prove. It depends on the situation. We will come to the individual situation. For example, a parent who is being invited, assuming I invite my mother to come, right? My mother is old. My mother do not have to prove that she has enough money because she depends on me.
Yeah.
So my proof is enough for my mother.
That's
right. So it depends on the situation. We come to the individual situation. So watch the next video. If we mention about your situation, if you are coming for specific visit, what do you have to do? So proving that you have some kind of money, and not just some kind of money. What is the source of the money?
That's right.
So maybe you may not have enough in your account, but you have a very attractive job that can convince the consular that you can save enough for your travel.
Yeah, sometimes like things like pay slip, right? Because your pay slip is evidence that you consistently receive a certain fixed amount over a period of time. Yeah. And that for sure proves, your income levels and your ability to be able to fund the trip. Yeah. And in this particular case, pay slips and things like that would go hand in hand with bank statements. So for instance, maybe your bank statement doesn't have like a whole lot of money already saved, but you have just okay money. Your pay slip can be like additional proof to show that in addition to the small money that you have saved, you have pay slip that shows that you have money coming in. And that's like depending on the purpose. But for instance, if you're coming for a conference and your employer is paying for the entire trip, then in that case, maybe the proof of funds would be what? Maybe a letter from your employer, I'm guessing, Alfred, and then maybe bank statement proving that your employer is able to pay that, or a proof of sponsorship that your employer is actually paying for the entire trip. Whatever proof that you have in that case will be like proof of funds. But I think what Alfred is saying is that the second P would be proving that you have enough funds to be able to take care of yourself while on the trip.
Yeah, so we are going to do a special video on how to prove funds for B1B2 visas. So watch the next video on that. We are going to help you to see the possible ways you can bring funds together. The last thing, which after this we are going to talk about it also in detail, is how to prove that you have enough ties, and that connects with everything. That connects with even your funds and all that, right? So you prove that when you get the visa, you return, because the B1B2 visa gives you temporary stay in the US. You don't have to overstay, you don't have to stay long. So you must prove that you return. And here you can use your family, you can use your finances, you can use your business, you can use your career, you can use your job, you can use your school, all those things. Like you are a student in Legon, you are a student in university in Lagos, and you are in your second year, you are coming to visit your parents. So there are so many ways to prove specifically ties to your home country. Now, this is just overview. After we give you individual detailed situation, so that it could help you. Now, the next thing is to, as it is, what documents you need, right? So you need, so first of all, document that has to do with purpose. So invitation letter if you are coming for conference. Registration, maybe you did online registration with a confirmation, right? If you are not coming for a conference and you are coming on your own tour, you don't need invitation letter. You need to prove that you have a hotel book. You need to have an itinerary. Itinerary is a plan that you have on what you will do. It's not anything special. You can just do a normal Word document typing, dates, time, where. So it's just maybe a list of 5 days activities you want to do, and that can show as itinerary, hotel bookings and all that. And as I said, it depends on the situation. So anything that has to do with your purpose, any document that has to do with your purpose, you carry it. Now we come to what do you call it, the finances, right? So anything, as Paul said, bank statement, your pay slip, receipts, proof of sponsorship, your asset, everything that shows that you have money, or that shows that the person sponsoring you has money. You have to get that and take that with you. And finally, document that has to do with your ties to home country. So if you're married, your marriage certificate, your children pictures, everything about your businesses, the work you do, your appointments, letters, your school admission letters if you're a student, the kind of job that you do, leave letters, and permission letters from your workplaces, and any document. You have to take your school transcript, your school certificate, or your certificate to prove that you're a student. And in some cases, you go with your curriculum vitae, your CV or your resume is also important. So these are generally some documents. Check the video description section. We have a list of all the documents that you need. Just go through and see those that you need and those that you would not need.
All right.